Welcome to all of you. Myself, Mr. Kale Prasad Anil, lecturer at Mula Education Society's Mula Rural Institute of Pharmacy, Sonai. Today we will going to discuss Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. Content of these chapters are Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee, Purpose of the Committee, Organization of the Committee, Function and Scope of the Committee, Committee Agenda, Policies of the Committee, the role of Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee in drug safety, the committee's role in adverse drug reaction program. So we will start with the basic introduction. The perfect choice of drugs from numerous available drugs for use in the hospital is an important administrative and therapeutic tool. Between 1920 to 1940, there was not much establishment in drug therapy. However, definite standards for improving drug therapy were established during this period. The American Medical Association had established the rules to guide the manufacturers as well as physicians. After this period, there were new inventions of large number of antibiotics of varying activity, potency, and toxicity. Because of these variations, it was necessary for the hospital to develop the method to bring the best drug for the treatment to hospitalized patient. This is achieved by the formation of Good Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. So we will discuss on the point the Pharmacy and Therapeutic Committee. It is an advisory group of medical staff and serves as the organizational line of communication between the medical staff and pharmacy department. The committee consists of physicians, pharmacists, and other health professionals. It is a body of the medical staff and administration of hospital to recommend the matters related to the therapeutic use of drugs. Next point, purpose of committee. Usually the committee has two main purposes. First one advisory and second one educational. So we will see one by one. First point, advisory. The committee recommends to adopt the policies or helps in the preparation of policies regarding evaluation, selection, and therapeutic use of drugs. Second purpose, educational. The committee recommends or helps in the preparation to programs through which the need of the professional staff for complete current knowledge on matters related to drugs and their use will be fulfilled. Organization of the committee. To carry out the function of P&T committee efficiently, proper organizational structure is necessary. However, the composition and operation of P&T committee varies from hospital to hospital depending on its size and location. The P&T committee should be composed of at least 3 physicians, pharmacist, and a nurse representative. A chairman should be appointed from amongst the physician representatives. A pharmacist usually works as a secretary. The meeting of the committee should be at least 6 times per year and whenever necessary. An agenda should be prepared by the secretary and submitted to the committee members within sufficient time before the meeting. The secretary should prepare the minutes of the committee meeting and maintain the permanent record of the hospital. The recommendations of the committee shall be presented to the medical staff for its adoption or recommendation. The next point, function and scope of the committee. So we will start with the function and scope of the committees. First point, to advise the medical staff and hospital administration where matters relating to the use of drugs. Second one, to establish and develop suitable educational schemes to improve the hospital's professional staff on the matters related to the use of drugs. Next one, to develop and compile formulary of drugs and prescriptions accepted for use in the hospital. It also minimizes the duplication of the same type of drugs or products. Next function, to study problems related to the distribution and administration of drugs used in hospital. Next point, to review adverse drug interactions occurring in hospital. Next one, to initiate and promote the studies on drug use and review the results of such studies. Next one, to recommend about the drugs to be stocked in the hospital in patient care areas. Then last one, to advise the pharmacy in the implementation of effective drug distribution and control procedures. The next point which we have to study about committee agenda. A typical agenda consists of the following points. First one, minutes of the previous meeting. Second one, review of the specified section of the formulary for updating and deletion of products. Next one, new drugs which have become commercially available. Next one, investigational use of drugs currently in use in the hospital. Next one, review of adverse drug reactions reported in the hospital in the last meeting. And last one, drug safety in the hospital. The next point which we have to study about policies of the committee. The use of drugs in hospital is controlled by establishing different policies. Following are the examples of thoroughness required. First one, proposal of a new drug for the hospital formulary shall be submitted on a formulary request form to the pharmacy department. Second one, drugs evaluated and approved by the committee will be assigned to one of the following categories. So we will see about the 4 categories. In that first one, formulary drug. An FDA approved drug which is essential for good patient care and with well established usage. Then second one, drug approved on a conditional trial period where a drug approved by FDA for general use but which the committee will evaluate for a 6 or 12-month period before final consideration. Then third one, specialized formulary drug, where FDA approved drug recommended for use in specialized patient care. Then fourth one, investigational drugs. FDA approved drug for a specific use by its principal investigator and designated associates. Such drugs are not commercially available. Drugs which do not qualify for the 4 categories listed above shall be considered as non-formulary drugs and will not be stocked in the pharmacy. Next point, the committee is responsible for the rules and regulations which govern pharmaceutical company representatives' activities in hospital. Next point, the pharmacy department is authorized to dispense drugs according to policies and procedures of the committee. Next one, the pre-signing of blank prescriptions or drug orders is prohibited. Last point, drug recall. After receiving the drug recall notice, all the drugs will be removed and replaced. This information is sent to all the staff and respective hospital departments. The next point which we have to study about the role of pharmacy and therapeutic committee in drug safety. The responsibility of the hospital pharmacist increases proportionately with the vast increase of therapeutic agents. Along with increased responsibility, the capability of ensuring safety in the handling and administration of drugs must increase. Hence, the function of drug safety in the hospital will be the responsibility of the committee. Usually, the following are the guidelines for the committee in achieving drug safety in the hospital. So we will see one by one. Hospital should employ a qualified registered pharmacist, at least B.Pharm, as a chief pharmacist and others who are diploma holders. Hospital should not permit non-pharmacy personnel to dispense the drugs. Sufficient number of qualified personnel must be employed in the hospital. Hospital should provide adequate and safe workspace and storage facilities for the pharmacy. Adequate number of equipments in good condition should be provided to carry out the practice safely. Automatic stop order regulation should be there in the hospital. A drug formulary should be there in hospital which is periodically revised and kept up to date. The poisonous materials should be kept separately from non-poisonous materials in the pharmacy and nursing stations. The external use preparations should be separated from external or internal use preparations in the pharmacy and in the wards. The hospital should allow the chief pharmacist to engage in teaching program to familiarize the nursing and residential staff with new drugs. No one should be permitted other than registered pharmacist into the pharmacy after hours. All nursing drug stations should be periodically inspected for removing the deteriorated and outdated drugs. Adequate reference library should be provided for the pharmacy and nursing staff. The next point which we have to study about the committee's role in adverse drug reaction program. It is the committee's responsibility for developing and instituting a procedure for the reporting of adverse drug reaction. An adverse drug reaction can be defined as any pathological condition caused by overdosage, hypersensitivity, allergy, or injury from improper technique of administration, use of the wrong drug, error in compounding, labeling or packaging, or from other error in the manufacture of drug for use in the hospital. The committee should prepare an adverse drug reaction report form. Every case of adverse drug reaction must be reported by attending the physician. Thank you.